Former Vice President Joe Biden. I think this was him, but I don't know if it was him or it was just some, bent back paper clips and masking tape kind of holding him up. But he appeared on Jimmy Kimmel. So let's set it up and then get to the worst lies. But there's so many.
Wonderful to have you here.
Good to be back, Jimmy. I thought maybe you wanted me to just stay on Fox all the time.
They're very concerned that I might not ask you serious questions. So I don't want
they really ask serious questions.
Ask about Hunter.
I don't want to upset them at all. Do you mind if I ask you some serious questions? Because this is, unfortunately...
Not at all. I never mind having a conversation with someone really smart.
Well, Guillermo, maybe you need to take over.
I will.
Okay, before I get into anything else, and I know you'll say this is ad hominem. Like I said, 20 minutes, almost every sentence was a lie. That's not hyperbole. Joe Biden, he moves like someone who knows that if he just touches something incorrectly, everything's going to break.
He's very calculated.
The way he is, he's at that age where it's like, if I put my elbow here, am I going to crack my humerus? Oh, I'm in pain. Oh, let me put my foot over my...
Everything hurts and
everything
about
that
go
man.
Home.
Jimmy.
Remember when they made a big deal about Donald Trump drinking a glass of water?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That was like a week-long straight of just, look how he holds it.
Right.
He's like shaking a little bit. Oh, my God.
He's like down a staircase.
He's going to die soon.
Right. Which, by the way, I have to use two hands if I'm drinking something after the gym.
Yeah.
So it wasn't but the point is Joe Biden lives his life like a turpid sloth.
That's too much stability.
Hold on. I got to put one foot in front of the... He plans on 5 breaks a week. My point is this is a man who is very clearly old. This is a man this is a comedy show. If they wanted to actually do their job, there would be at least some jokes about the fact that he's a demented old circus monkey, but instead they're acting like he's this wonderful president and it's fawning praise. This is the disconnect between the media elite, the entertainment media industrial complex, and you. Even the people who voted for Joe Biden, for former Vice President Joe Biden, are not watching this saying that, all right, that man is a pillar.
Oh, fantastic. That is strength.
A pillar of robust youth.
He's a pillar
Hercules
of salt.
over there. Look at him.
All right. So let's get to a few fact checks here. He, of course, was discussing gun control, like Joy Racist Behar, and he decided to make his case directly to Americans on Jimmy Kimmel because, of course, overwhelmingly Americans reject the actual policies when they know what they are. So here he is.
Here's what has to happen. All of you folks, and I hope, and I'm not being facetious when I say this, hope the Republicans here as well. You got to make sure that this becomes a voting issue. It's got to be one of those issues where you decide
it will.
Your position on the issue, senator or candidate for House or Senate, on what we're going to do on us with assault weapons and how able to have 300 rounds in a magazine. And
that's a big one.
I mean, what you say on those things is going to determine how I'm going to vote.
He's thinking it's the Valentine's Day massacre.
You're right. It is our fault that people in the House and Congress can take responsibility for it, but it is our fault because we need to stop this. We need to do it.
Okay. And this is, of course, it's all painted, right, with a tint of we're the only ones who care.
Yeah.
We need to stop it. And the way we stop it is with guns. Again, we were removed. We had our shows removed. You can watch all of the banned episodes. You have a promo code right now, Culture, $20 off on Mug Club. There's the banned archive. Because we said there was going to be a mental health crisis.
Yeah.
That if you were going to see an increase in suicides, which we were seeing dramatically, that typically there's a trend line that's relatively consistent with homicides and violent crime due to mental instability. We were talking about this in relation to the COVID lockdowns. Boom, removed. And now they say, we need to stop this. So now they want to remove your Second Amendment rights. By the way, they're surrounded by security in that studio. I know that's not lost on you. But why? Let's before we get to some of the fact checks, think about this for a second. Why would Joe Biden want to make this a single issue voting election on guns? And that's, make no mistake, they want you to focus on guns and abortion. And they want there to be riots and marches over guns and abortion. Well, call it a hunch, but there's some recent polling coming out. This is May 27th. This is from a Harvard Kep's Harris poll. 55% of respondents strongly or somewhat disapprove of Biden. 63% say the country is on the wrong track. 62% disapprove of the handling of inflation. 56% disapprove of crime handling, immigration. They disapprove of the economy. Let's compare this to Trump at the same point. 63% of voters had a favorable view of the economy. And that's typically the most important voting issue. His overall approval rating, former Vice President Joe Biden, 39%. Remember when 39.7? Remember when they used to say that Donald Trump was the most unpopular president ever, and that's also why, fair and square, which we'll get to in a second, lost that election, most safe, secure election in history.
Fortified.
Of course, you can't go watch on Mug Club episodes that were banned from YouTube regarding that topic.
Don't do it.
Spoiler alert, I don't think it was the safest and most secure election in history, just so you know. That's just my opinion. I'm not allowed to substantiate it because that would be misinformation.
It's against the rules.
So 39.7 Biden against the least popular president in history, Donald Trump, at the same point during his presidency was 42.7%.
So that's higher.
Yes.
By
I don't know numbers.
3 points, right? I'm doing the math correctly here.
And so what they have to do is, look, it's pretty, and I understand there's more to the economy than just Joe Biden with gas prices. I understand that it's not just Joe Biden. I understand also the federal, okay, I get that it's not just a straight A to B line. However, there is a direct contrast that you see. And we have a contrast that's more, I would say, more stark than ever throughout our lifetime. Because think about it. When we grew up, okay, Clinton and George W. Bush, not that big of a difference, honestly.
Yeah.
If you go, let's go Ronald Reagan, George Bush Sr., Clinton, George W. Bush. Okay, not a huge contrast, right? They all were relatively big government, somewhat. Bill Clinton was a moderate Democrat. George W. Bush was a moderate centrist, right? Contrast that you would have been Jimmy Carter to Ronald Reagan. That was a contrast.
Yeah.
That's what turned that generation into conservatives forever. We in our generation have a pretty stark contrast. 8 years of Barack Obama and former Vice President Joe Biden, then 3 years of President Donald Trump. I don't count the lost year because of the COVID sham that the Democrats perpetrated. Yeah. And then you will have another 4 years of former Vice President Joe Biden. So you've got 8, 3, and another 4. And at a certain point, it's so easy a child can do it. They go, wait a second. Gas prices go up. Okay, economy not doing as well. All right, we all know what we were living under President Donald Trump. Mean tweet, but everything was better. And now we're back to the same old crap.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.